Good afternoon, it's Barbara. I am late today, but I am in my room preparing to get organized for, I'm making, earthquake, making Megan's Advent today, figuring out what I need. I have 2 days to get it all pulled together, and I'm about ready to start. So I'm sure you all know, but the Advent is 24 days of something. And what Megan and I have evolved to be doing is we give a 10 gram, 10 gram ball of yarn and a little something to open. So it's a yarn and a little gift and then something for Christmas. And so I have been collecting things all year, as you do. And so, but I have been, inventorying. I have no idea how many I have or if I have enough. And I know I'm going to be short some yarn because I've had such bad mojo. Typically, I would just toss my leftovers every time I finished a project. I tossed my leftovers in a bag and I would make her 24 little skeins, 10 gram skeins. You know, I haven't made 24 things this year. I've hardly made any, and I made 2 sweaters, counting the one for Isabel and one for Sam, but they were both not fingering. Normally we would use fingering, and they weren't wool. So anyway, I don't know how I'm doing in the yarn department, so I'm going to have to work on that. So I'm anticipating, I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. So I may have to do my vlog early tomorrow because I'm anticipating going to the yarn shop after I do my hair and see, I'm going to have an inventory so I'll know where I am, and I will be going to my local yarn shop, and I may end up at Michael's and Joanne, and the Christmas tree shop, and, just to make sure I have everything that I need. So I probably will be doing my vlog before I go. And if you don't see one tomorrow, it's because I didn't get a chance to do it before. And, I could do it late afternoon by the time I get home. Anyway, I should be able to do one on Wednesday morning. I have to talk to the kids and find out what my schedule is, because I'm going to be babysitting at the kids' house on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I need to figure out what, deal with that. But I think I'm not going anywhere Wednesday until it's time to pick up the girls from school, which is like 5 o'clock because they do an after-school program. So, yeah. Anyway. If you don't see me tomorrow morning, it's because I got busy. I'll get my hair cut. So anyway, that's my plan today. I'm working on the Advent, and and I will admit, part of that is going around my house and seeing, where I've put stuff that I've collected, and stuff that I collected last year that I didn't use for one reason or another, and, pulling it all together. So that's what I'm doing. But I was thinking about my Advent yesterday, and if you're on Instagram, I did my first reel ever yesterday. It was a call out for advice, because I suddenly, even though I'm low mojo, and I said in my reel that I haven't been buying yarn, but I gathered the stuff from the dining room, and I have been buying yarn, but not like I used to. Anyway, whatever. I'm trying to jumpstart my mojo a little bit. I am, I've got plans in my head, even if my hands don't want to do them. So anyway, I decided I wanted an advent from a indie dyer or a small business to open along with my advent that I'm getting from Megan. And so I did a call, so I looked at a couple places where I would love to have gotten an advent, and they were no longer available. I mean, tomorrow's Halloween. Of course they're not available. They're mailing now. But anyway, so I put in a shout out, and I got 2 suggestions. One from Verena for Botanical Yarns, and one from Gigi Laughley for Polka Dot Creek. So I went to both of those, and I ended up buying from both of those. Botanical Yarn had a 24-day typical advent available. And so I bought that. And Polka Dot Creek had, they had a 31-day advent, so it takes you through New Year's Day, which got me thinking. And they also had 12 days of Christmas advent, so I bought a 12 days of Christmas advent. So, because, as I mentioned last year, the 12 days of Christmas are the days between Christmas and Epiphany. They are not the first 12 days of December or the last 12 days before Christmas. They start at Christmas. It's the day after Christmas through the Epiphany. So I thought, well, maybe I will just do, 24-day Advent and then keep going to the Epiphany. So I decided to buy both of those. So I'm very excited. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I might do Botanical Yarns for the month and then do Polka Dot Creek for the Epiphany. Or I might intermix them. I don't know. But I got a message from my friend Karen who said, I was so inspired by you. I bought the same thing. So she and I are going to have the same Advents. And, I said, so open your Advent before you watch my vlog, or otherwise you'll have a spoiler alert. But I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. If I intermix them, then that'll throw her off too. So maybe I have to announce every day, Karen, I'm going to open day 3 of Polka Dot tomorrow, so be prepared. She and I should coordinate so I don't spoil her Advent. So anyway, I'm excited about that, and I'm glad I did that, although, I spent a lot of money. What can I say? And I didn't even know how much I was spending because Botanical Yarns is in the UK. So it had a price in pounds. I didn't even know what the conversion was. I'm like, oh, I had to Google after I bought it. I had to Google how much I paid. I'm like, oh, oops. Oh, well. It's my Christmas present to myself. I exchange gifts with my kids and that's it. My Christmas presents are my Advent from Megan, and I usually get something from each of my kids. And I get a calendar from Jason, which I love, that has the kids' pictures on them. So I even know what one of my presents is going to be. So Dennis and I don't exchange, and we don't exchange. And my dad always sends me a beautiful centerpiece for my table for Christmas, which is really sweet. So my gifting around Christmas is very, limited and lovely. And I'm not complaining because I'm not, I buy gifts for, of course, the granddaughters and the kids. But I've stopped really doing birthday gifts. So for my kids, they're, all grown up and I don't know what they need and they do. So I only buy birthday presents for the granddaughter. So, I've really cut down on all the presents I have to buy, which I'm very happy for. I mean, I used to have a list this long of people I was buying presents for. And I do not do that anymore. I don't exchange gifts with friends anymore, things like that. So I really look forward to my Advents because they, give me that wonderful, And so right now my gift buying is for the Advent. And so that's what I'm doing today and tomorrow. And if things go really, really well, I'll be able to mail it on Wednesday on my way out of town to the kids, because then it'll be done and it'll have a whole month to get to Megan in New Zealand. Did I mention she's in New Zealand? So now 1 year, miraculously, it only took a week. But then, we had COVID and stuff. I think 1 year it barely made it in time. So I'm trying to mail as early as I can. But if I can't mail it till I get home, till Saturday morning, I'll do that because I want it to be a lovely, she sends me such a wonderful Advent. Lots of it is yarn she dyed herself. I mean, it's really wonderful. So I want her to be happy with her Advent. So anyway, oh man, 11 minutes talking about somebody else's Christmas present. I'm so sorry. Oh, and mine. Meanwhile, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I am going to have, vlogs and podcasts going on in the background while I do this. And yeah, it's going to work out great. So I'm going to spend my day in my room rummaging, finding all the little things that I've tucked away. I hope I can find them. I did have one problem 1 year. It's like, I know I had stuff. I have no idea where it is. But then I moved and I think I found it. So we'll see how I do. Well, you won't find out about it unless you, probably won't find out about it unless you follow Auntie Nana NZ on Instagram. That's Megan. And she always shows every day what I sent her. So, maybe I should get organized and take pictures of all the things I'm putting in her Advent so that I can show you what I sent her. Because by the time I am doing my vlog, she opened her gift 12 hours before because she's in New Zealand. So when I'm telling you on a Saturday morning, it's the middle of the night Sunday morning for her. So I won't even be spoiling. Maybe I'll do that. Then that means I'm going to be really organized. Oh, I don't think I can be that organized. We'll see. If it slows me down, I'm not doing it because I do need to get this in the mail. But I think it would be a good idea because, I think you'd be interested in what I sent her. I might be embarrassed because she's always so lovely about it. But, anyway, I got to go. I got to go get started and start sending this into the universe. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay safe.